BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF bought around 1,230 Bitcoin worth $107.9 million on March 26th. And I'm sure a lot of people are scratching their heads right now, why is this important? Because, of course, we heard a tariff announcement once again. And, while the market reacted in a negative way as to be expected, you are seeing BlackRock spot ETF buying BTC, accumulation happening, big players buying. You can really see where the smart money is. But welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. To the XRP holders, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support from the bottom of my heart. Continue supporting and you will see a continuation of these updates. But looking at XRP, it is down 3.9%. But over the last 1 hour, you are starting to see the market bounce back a little bit. So far so good, but we'll see what happens as we do go into Thursday morning. You are looking at the price sitting at $2.36, down 4% in Bitcoin comparative valuation at 137.2 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $3.3 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So, SEC Crypto Task Force head Hester Peirce expects that the commission could create more durability for digital asset regulations through rulemaking at the agency and legislation in Congress. And again, we speak about pivotal moment. We speak about, flip the switch, a regulation coming in. Everything is right in front of us, and we, as crypto enthusiasts, if you're an XRP holder, you really want to wake up and not, be kind of neglecting this, because believe it or not, right now I see, and as a content creator, you see it, firsthand. I've been in the space, like I said, for almost 10 years. Next year marks a decade in this space. So, I've seen my fair share of every single thing. But you're looking at XRP, a project that was literally at 50 cents, 50 cents just a few months back, and it's currently ranging and consolidating around this 236 zone. And, people are, really mad at the fact that you're not seeing a breakout towards all-time highs. And, of course, regulation, even though it's coming, like I said, it's right in front of us, doesn't mean that, it's going to happen overnight. Things are going to change overnight. But these bigger things is something that you don't really want to be, neglecting. And again, when it comes to prices, when it comes to, making money with XRP or any digital asset, if you're here to, obviously, benefit for yourself, right? So remember, do your due diligence research and invest what you can afford to lose. And if the money that you do see, like say, the profits are too much, you cannot afford to lose, do not listen to any single person out there. Listen, take your gut, whatever your gut says. If it's too much money that you cannot afford to lose, it's the best chance and best hint that it's time to lock some profits in. And I've emphasized profit talking from the early existence of my channel, and continue to do so because it is a very, very important. Look at this though. As of today, the Bitwise XRP exchange traded product currently holds a $266.8 million worth of XRP. 14.14 XRP per share, which again is 7.7 shares outstanding. Very, very interesting stuff. Meanwhile, a whale transferred 119 million worth of XRP from an unknown wallet to an unknown wallet. Is this a big entity? Is this just one person? What's really going on? Big amounts of XRPs moving. Is it going to come back onto the market? Maybe is it going to get sold on the market? We don't know. But as of now, it doesn't really show that it was moved to an exchange. It's moved to maybe another wallet, maybe a cold storage, a hardware wallet, for the long term. And speaking about the long term, this is what I want you guys to keep in mind. Look at this. This is quite interesting, and I really wanted to share this with you guys. You can see, XRP valuation projections, bear, bull, and max scenario. So this right here is, the years 2025, 26, and all the way till 2023. You can see this for yourself. The bull case for this, so the bear case for this year is $3.08. Bull case is $3. I'm sorry. Bear case for this year is $1.82. Bull case is $3.90. And max case is 448. So the most extreme case is that it's going to reach 448 and that's it, and then we're going to tumble back towards the downside. And 2026, the projection is 653, and 2030, $30 per XRP. And I know, hear me out, guys. Trust me, I know. I've been in that side, where people just cannot like to see the long-term projections. Again, at the end of the day, let me tell you one thing: no matter who you're looking at, no matter who you're reading, no matter which analysis you're looking at, every single person is making price predictions. No one really knows for certain where the price is going. Of course, this is $30 in 2030. Again, we'll see what happens. I need to obviously pull out certain things in order for me to kind of see where these valuations are coming from and which valuation would kind of make sense. But let me know your personal thoughts down below, and I'm sure a lot of people within the XRP community are not going to really like this. But again, guys, this is just one prediction out of the many predictions. We'll see what happens. Obviously, if the price of XRP were to break towards all-time highs this year, then it goes into price discovery mode. And when we go into price discovery mode, and again, if we do see an ETF, if we see an IPO, I think we could actually see higher than 450 even this cycle. Let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding what I personally said. Again, this is my own personal opinion. Only time is going to tell. We're just kind of basing it off of certain things to play out, because the way it's currently holding, that just speaks for me. This is something that a lot of people will neglect. It's literally holding at 236 right now, and again, if we see an ETF being approved, that would be a major step in the right direction. And again, in order for this price to just come true, the 448, which is the max case. Let me just tell you, literally at the beginning of this month, we were sitting at $3. That would have been, from that price point, that would have only been, a move of about 48%. Only a 48% move. So, I think, we could actually see much more upside even this year if Bitcoin makes its way back towards all-time highs, which I think it will. Obviously there's a lot of analysts, a lot of people in the space, a lot of uncertainty. People think we're not going to get back up to the levels, but as of now, we are seeing this upward trajectory, and I think the 23.6 is the target, regardless of the tariff announcement that was announced. That was price was short-lived around 85.8. We have seen a beautiful bounce back up. We're approaching 87.5. And if we're able to remain around this range, I think we could be back up to this 88K mark like we've never left. Obviously the dominance did spike up after we did see that initial pullback, but dominance is pulling down once again. But again, in the grand scheme of things, it is still really high. But I'm really impressed as to the way we are accumulating for XRP. Of course, it has pulled down again. Dominance is something that you shouldn't really be neglecting, but you are looking at the price break, trying to break out. But again, you could just see this for yourself, how much resistance we have around this level. Again, if this resistance is able to break out, I have no doubts we go back up to that 250 zone quite fast. But let me know down below what you guys think. These are things that you don't really want to be neglecting. Let me know down below what you guys think. Where do you see the price of XRP going this year? Where do you see it going in the next 5 years? Love you all. See you later. I've been Crypto ZX, and peace out.